the next home game. Each and every one of you will be getting your own Flames from Trail Channel Group. Be sure to come out to the next home game, Blazer fans, because everyone gets their own Blazer Dancers calendar. And don't forget about our bobblehead giveaway. Come to the game, bring the family, and get a free Blazer grip and bobblehead. We want your time at the arena to be enjoyable and incident-free. If you're having an issue at any time that needs to be addressed, please text the word Trailblazers along with your issue and see the official to 55555. And a guest.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. Here with the greats, Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill. I'm Brian Anderson, and Allie LaForce, our reporter. And while we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for DeAndre Ayton.
Unfortunately, we've seen his ability as a rebounder take a back seat these past few seasons. And I'd like to see him refocus on that element of his game. You can never have enough rebounds, in my opinion.
Now the starting group for the Sacramento Kings. Draymond Green is out there with DeMar DeRozan. Then it's Domantas Sabonis. Then there's Gary Trent. And it's P in at the 1. And for Portland, we've got Sharp, Deni Avdija out there with Henderson. Then it's DeAndre Ayton, and it's Kamare in at the power forward position. I got to say, guys, watching MP's success so far in his NBA Cup quest this season has been nothing short of remarkable. He's done exactly what he set out to do. Win the games, lead his team, execute both offensively and defensively. It's been quite impressive.
Yeah, I mean, when you make it this far, it is not by accident. Calculated adjustments both for MP and the team. In general, attacking defenses, strategizing how to mix up their defensive looks, and optimize matchups. I love the spectacle around MP. He's good entertainment, and I think great for the NBA as a whole. It's definitely a star-fueled league.
Well, at this point of the season, the identity and merit of each team is becoming more and more clear, Graham.
Oh, yes, indeed. I mean, we have a good understanding of who the real contenders are. But there always seems to be a dark horse team that makes a push in the second half of the season. Anything can happen. There's so much energy when Henderson is on the floor.
Here's P. Turned in an outstanding game against Dallas. Sabonis with a screen on Henderson. Inside. That one's good. Sabonis.
Excellent body control by Sabonis, rolling off the pick and into position.
Henderson, the pass to Ayton, and it's going to be out of bounds. Portland will have another go. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Chauncey Billups. When I asked about guarding the big man, Domantas Sabonis, he told me his versatility is really tremendous. I told our guys to be aware of not just his scoring ability, but to plug up any passing lanes they see, because he can really move the ball too. It's going to take a total team effort from us. Let's see how things play out.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. P, no good. For Portland, they've gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Henderson outside to the left side wing. To the middle. Here's Kamare. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. It's going to go on Draymond Green. And for a franchise that was down for so long, it must be nice to be a Kings fan these days, RJ.
Brian, the team has a strong core and direction consistently in the postseason mix. It is a breath of fresh air for Kings fans who have endured the previous 2 decades.
Picked by Sabonis. P, no good. Now Portland with it. The last time these two clubs came together was also in this building, with an unfortunate ending for the home team.
Yeah, they made a lot of plays, and they were in it until the end. Just couldn't do enough to get the win.
And that is why coaches preach about the details. The margins in this league are razor thin.
The Kings trailing to the wing, right side. Puts up a 3. Sinks it from distance. P's got 5 points.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Pass to Kamare.
minutes remaining in the first.
Fires the three. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Yeah, this period, they're letting them go to work, and it's paying off.
Here's Henderson. Rebounded by Green.
See, that miss right there, it's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days. I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
He's putting them to the test this quarter, attacking every chance he gets.
Henderson outside. Pass to Kamari, and play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. And some changes here for Portland. Clingan, he's checked in for Ayton. Green comes in for Avdia, and Simon has subbed it. Here for Portland. Robert Williams comes in for Green, and it's Rupert in for Sharp. Just over a minute has passed here in the second quarter. Williams finds Simons. Out left to the wing. From downtown. Rebound by the Kings. Sabonis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Taking a look at the Kings, we've got Domantas Sabonis, and it's Ellis in at the shooting guard position. P passes to Sabonis, out to the wing. Here's Ellis. George, right side. Clock at 6. Pass to P. To the wing on the left. Ellis's shot is off. Blazers trail by 9. And you watch Donovan Clingan. He really benefited from that extra year in college, Grant.
Yeah, the development cycle can be a little longer for centers, B.A. He cleaned up a lot offensively and took his strength and conditioning to another level.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Well, P in their last time out against the Mavericks just played phenomenal. He had 46 points and hit a bunch of threes. No surprises there. And just a huge game for him. His coaches would love to see him do it again. Guys?
Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
Expect them to go to him early and often. Don't want to let that hot hand go to waste.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second. Down low. Powered down after the assist led him to the lane.
He's just showing off tonight. Simons, an explosive scorer with great energy.
Here's P. 10 points for him. Pass to LaRavia. Connects from downtown. LaRavia's got his first 3 points of the game.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
Here's Rupert. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
The Kings lead by 5. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. George passes to P. Picked by Sabonis. To the inside. Here's Rupert. Here's Williams. Robert Williams. One tough customer right there.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Sacramento calls timeout. Big group substitution here for Sacramento. Jonas Valanciunas has checked in for Domantas Sabonis. Draymond Green comes in for LaRavia. DeRozan is checked in for George. And it's Trent in for Ellis. Here's P. He's got 10. Valanciunas with a screen on Henderson. And once again, off the mark by Sacramento.
He hasn't had his best game, but they've gotten enough production elsewhere, so it hasn't really mattered.
Pass to Ayton. Shoots from 12. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. They've led by as many as 11. They'll face the Jazz after this game. That'll be at home. It'll be a quick stopover at home before they have to get back out on the road. P. Ayton with the defensive effort.
And to put things simply, this has not been his quarter.
Here's Henderson. Rejected by Valanciunas.
Yeah, you got to be aware when Valanciunas is in the area. He's capable of sending your shot back. Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
And P gets it to go.
This brings him to 3 total makes from the arc, with just 1 in this half so far.
Pass to Ayton. Back to Sharp. And he jams it home with authority.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. Valanciunas with a screen on Henderson. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Sacramento on top. They're up by 1. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Tip me a beat. They're measuring up the shot.
Welcome. First up on the agenda tonight, let's see how the Rookie of the Year race is shaping up.
It's far enough into the season now where you can tell which guys are for real and which guys are pushing for that ROI.
I remember in 1993, you winning that award, Shaq, mainly because you should have won that championship that year. Those darn Supersonics.
Let's get back to our game featuring Portland. That first half was pretty even.
I only have 2 words for you. Elbow, damage. Establish yourself inside, good things will happen. That's right, Ernie, I said damage.
They've had some success, but they've been counterpunched at times as well. Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Well, Grant, when the money's on the line, the mid-range is still a big part of the elite player's game.
You're right, B.A. And really, it comes down to touch, obviously. And size certainly helps. And then the savvy and balance to create that space.
Scoot Henderson out there with Denny Avdia. Then it's Shaedon Sharpe. Then it's DeAndre Ayton. And it's Kamare in at the 4. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Ayton against Sabonis. 6 on the shot clock. Sharpe passes to Henderson. Back to Sharpe. For the lead. It's rebounded by Sabonis. Sabonis has got rebound number 8 here already in the game. Stolen by Ayton. 3 on 3. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
Yeah, and Henderson has got some hops for sure. You cannot let him get to the rim.
Sabonis with a screen on Henderson. Outside for Green. From outside the arc. Trent for 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Trent's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Portland trailing here. And when we talk about players who impact winning, Draymond Green is high on that list, RJ.
And the amazing thing, his career scoring average is in the single digits. Draymond does it with his passing and directing the defense and gives his teams energy.
And we're we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Took the opportunity when he saw it. P's got 16 points.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Pass to Kamari. And here's Sharp. Ayton with it. He's guarded by Sabonis. And Ayton gets it to go.
Yeah, this is where Ayton's comfortable operating, using his height and array of inside moves to his advantage.
Sabonis with a screen on Henderson. And P gets it to go.
Backing up that last three with another three. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
Ayton, a screen on DeRozan. Sharp, no good. The Kings lead by 4. Here's P. He's got 19. Over to the left wing. Three-pointer. Good. And it's DeRozan who picks up the assist. P's got 22 points.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
Here's Sharp. It's rebounded by Sabonis. Sabonis has got the glass covered here tonight. That's 11 boards for him. Here's DeRozan. And Ayton pulls it down. The Trailblazers have gotten 3 of 6 shots to fall so far in the third. To the paint. Here's Henderson. That's basket number 6 in 8 tries.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense.
Pass to P. No good on the shot. Blazers trail by 5. Now here's Avdia. They grab their own miss. Ayton. From the arc. Avdia can't get it to go.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
And another miss by Sacramento. For Portland, they've gone 4 of 9 in the third quarter. 1:10 left in the third.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better. You'll take it.
Time called here. The Kings decide to talk it over.
Let's hear from you. Make some noise for your Blazer dancers.
And a new group getting ready for Portland. Klingett, he's checked in for Ayton. Making the switch here. Dunn's checked in.
Get in there.
And so in the game for the Kings, they've got Moses Moody. He's out there with George. And it's Sabonis in at the center position. Williams passes to Dunn. To the inside. Simon's shot is good. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
I love this game plan. That's 10 points in a row from in close.
P. Williams grabs the board. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 4 in the fourth and looking confident on offense. Here's Dunn. Rebound by the Kings. Here's P. Misses the 3. Trailblazers lead by 4. Dunn outside. Pass to Klingett. To the middle. Here's Williams. The rebound by Moody. For Sacramento, they've got nothing to fall in this fourth quarter. 0 of 5. Here's P. Sacramento again missing.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
And it's hammered home by Green.
Nice find there from Simons. Solid at recognizing when his teammates are uncovered.
The Kings call timeout. So Portland ends up going with a new group. And so here's Sacramento. Nothing doing offensively yet for them in the fourth. Here's P. And it's off from three-point range.
Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you've got to shoot your way out of the slump, even for him.
DeRozan against Avdia, right wing. Henderson outside. Here's Sharp. He hits it just before the shot clock expires. And it's an 8-point Portland lead. Here's P. Picked by Sabonis. And he gets it to go.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Shaedon Sharp. That's his first foul.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
Here's P, defended by Henderson. Green with a screen on Henderson. Here's P. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
No doubt. That's the kind of play that energizes the whole team, and they will take it in a close game like this.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
Sharp against DeRozan. Pass to Henderson. And he lobs it up for the rim. Oh, and the jam by Ayton.
I like how Ayton makes himself a big target on these alley-oops. Just a quality finish.
For three. Gets the three ball to go. He's got 17 now, just in the second half.
And defensively, how do you leave him that open in crunch time?
Henderson, the pass to Ayton. Driving in. Oh, and the jam by Ayton.
Terrific physicality from Ayton, just going right to the rim.
Here's P. Oh, he nails it. And now they trail by just 4.
And that bucket from beyond the arc puts them within reach. He's really been putting that shot to work.
And I bet he's thinking that he can close the gap completely if he can keep those threes coming.
Money! And he's brought them within 2 points now.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
Pass to Ayton. To Henderson. And Domas Sabonis pulls it down.
And the game isn't over yet, but they have to move quickly.
Yeah, they need to focus on scoring every possession and not turning over the ball.
And now they foul and stop the clock.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
He gets the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
Yeah, ripped physical guard. Henderson's competitive nature and drive to keep improving is really impressive. Huge moment. He steps up and sinks the final daggers.
Timeout call, Sacramento. They're trailing by 4. Let's hear from our analyst. Give us your take on the strategy being discussed right now.
No doubt. They've got to get a quick bucket here.
Yeah, it has to be fast. They got to take the first good look they get.
Here's P. A 3 from the inbound. And it's in.
Nice little draw up there from the inbounds play to get them an easy bucket.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
First personal foul. At the line for Portland, Henderson. 2 shots.
And no good as the first free throw misses. We'll see if he can hit the second. And he does get the second one. And that makes it a 3-point lead. 8 seconds left in the final quarter. To tie it up. Off target from downtown. So it's the Trailblazers taking the W in a close one. What a performance they had here at home today.
I'll tell you what. These are the ones that are so nice to win and so tough to lose. I love being on the edge of my seat, never knowing what would happen next.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Grant Hill, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Well, I knew we weren't going undefeated for the rest of the season. Rest, recuperate, get ready for tomorrow. They don't even know what's coming for them. up, MP. Okay, MP, let's turn it around right here.
Good Friday night to you sports fans. You've come to the right place. It's the NBA. And we know the second night, Greg, of a back-to-back can be rough.
And the NBA has put in work trying to minimize these, but sometimes it's unavoidable. And if you have a long bench, this is when you lean into it.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, the guard pair. It's George and Sexton. Then there's Filipowski. Then there's Markkanen. And it's Jovic in at the power forward. DeRozan in the corner. Here's P. Down low. There's Sabonis. And that one goes. Feeding him with the lead pass.
Getting inside, Sabonis finishes strong. You can see how comfortable he is shooting at that range.
George, no good. And so George will bring it up for the Kings. This is their first chance this season playing the Jazz.
Yeah, and they came out with a W every time they played this squad last year. A stark contrast drawn between the conference's haves and have-nots.
Sabonis, no good. Sexton against George. The shot by Sexton, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
So Colin Sexton is 6'3". He has the frame of a point guard, clearly. But Stan, his game is putting up points, and he can do it in a hurry.
Yeah, and Kevin, look, he's done it pretty efficiently in recent years. We have a lot of point guards in the league who are primarily scorers. And Sexton, though, you've also got to give him credit. He's made great strides as a playmaker.
He has indeed. Outside, George shakes him. And such a nice move to make the basket work.
And nice touch inside. George can finish from all three levels.
Here's P. Sabonis trying to get open. pass to Green. Here's P. Three-pointer nailed from three-point land. P's got 5.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Nice ball movement by Utah. To the inside. Markkanen. And Markkanen throws it down.
So good to see Markkanen using force on his finish.
Here's P. 5 points in the game. No good on the 3.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
There's the lob to Markkanen. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Markkanen showing his athleticism, soaring to hammer home the alley-oop.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hi, Kevin. Well, P in the last game against the Trailblazers was tremendous. He added 37 points and, as always, was a force on defense, doing whatever he wanted at that end. Once again, he got into a rhythm, and there was nothing anybody could do to stop him. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Greg, it was obvious. He was having a lot of fun out there. Tremendous victory.
I'll tell you, he may have been enjoying himself, but whoever was matched up against him certainly wasn't.
Yeah, well, winning is usually fun, especially when you have it going like he did.
All right, I'm just getting in my headset. I'm told we have Shams Charania, our 2K insider, on the line. He's now with us, and some important NBA news. Hey, Shams, what do you have for us?
Thanks again, and the word just breaking now on the Philadelphia 76ers. They wanted to add some more size, and they certainly did by picking up Jonas Valanciunas, and the hope is that the big man will be an easy fit and help keep this team fired up while also making them a stronger matchup for bigger teams.
Thank you, Shams. Great to hear from you as always. You know, Greg, thinking back to the glory days in Utah, they went to back-to-back finals in 97 and 98.
Unfortunately, though, Kevin, that Stockton-Malone era, they just couldn't overcome the dynastic pull. The Jazz still searching for that first NBA title.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first. Big group substitution. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. We've got Ellis. He's out there with P. Gary Trent is out there with Sabonis. And it's LaRavia in at the power forward position. That's the 5 out there for the Kings.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
Sabonis' screen on Mullen. He no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Launches a 3. Mullen's shot is off. Kings leading now by 3. Here's P. He had 37 points last game out. Drains it from beyond the arc. P's got 11 points.
He's already got 9 points from three-point range. They need to pay attention to him wherever he is.
Clarkson outside. Here's Collier. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Shot clock at 3. Shots good by Clarkson.
Yeah, the mid-range is the sweet spot for Clarkson. He does a lot of damage from there.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's P. Off target from three-point range.
Well, he hasn't had a great night shooting the ball, but they're in the lead, and that's the only thing that matters.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Sacramento.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And they've also refused to give up on their plays tonight, chasing after their shots and just working hard for second chance points.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Filipowski comes in for Williams. And Georgia subbed in for Mullen. The Jazz with another miss. For the Sacramento Kings, the last game a loss to the Trailblazers in Portland. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it. Still a ways to go between now and the three-point contest, but it's always fun to talk about it. Let's see who has the best shot to earn a spot in this year's event.
And maybe this list changes between now and All-Star Weekend, but I don't think anybody would be disappointed if it stays exactly the same as it is right now.
And you look at P. He's all the way up there at number 2 in the voting for the three-point contest. Fans and the media know that he is one of the premier long-distance shooters in the league today.
And, Kevin, not to take anything away from the other facets of his game, but let's face it, that three-point shooting is what puts him on a whole nother level.
And it's going to be an exciting showcase this year. Some incredible shooters, that's for certain. We'll keep you updated as we find out more.
Yeah, I think we're in for a real treat. I think the increased importance of the three-point shot in today's game has really shined a light on the talent, precision, and really the wow factor of how these guys can drill the long ball.
You know, talking to Keontae George, he credits film watching for much of his success. I like that kind of element he brought up.
Yeah, they say he also spends a lot of time talking to veterans on the team, seeks advice from them and coaches. He's a real student of the game, and that has helped speed up the process for him.
Boy, a guy like that, Coach, has got to be fun to coach.
Yeah, those are the guys you're looking for.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. And the Kings making a change here. Ellis has checked in. And Utah also making a switch. Jovic is checked in. DeRozan a screen. He passes to DeRozan. Stolen away. DeRozan against George. Here's Jovic. A shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his third assist on the night. The Kings have gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. Green with the screen on George. He with the bucket.
That's his 5th three-pointer of the half. Filling it up.
So for Sacramento, their last game, a loss to Portland.
And missing your free throws usually changes the complexion of a game. Certainly did in that one.
Well, if you want to win away from home, quite simply, you have to make your free throws.
Sacramento leading by 5 to the paint. Here's DeRozan. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Yeah, and they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
The Jazz shooting has been outstanding in this game at 58%. And here's George. 9 points in the game so far. Markkanen finds George. A shake. And so it's Sacramento heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They've done a lot of great work from long range. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shots. Drumline. They're thinking about the shot. Give it up for the participants.
Halftime.
There are things to like about acquiring Valanciunas. He's strong, he's big, he's versatile, and he impacts the game on the glass, and he takes smart shots.
So let's dig into that first half now, and what was a very solid performance for the Kings. And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about...
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. A fantastic game from P in this one.
Yeah, and I don't know if anybody saw this offense coming from him, but it's been key for his team.
Yeah, they've been calling his number a lot, and he's been rewarding their trust.
Checking out the group for Jamal Mosley to start the second half. Wing pair will be Sexton and Markkanen. Then it's George. Then there's Filipowski. And it's Jovic in at the 4. Hey, Stan, as a coach, what was the most difficult part when transitioning from college to the pros?
That's a great question, Kevin. And I think two things. Number one, the length and the pace of the season. You just didn't have the time to prepare for the next game. Everything was sped up. And then, obviously, the talent of the players. So you're trying to game plan and come up with a way to stop guys who are essentially unstoppable.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that now.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
Yeah, they're not pulling any punches here. Even the guards are attacking the basket.
Outside, Markkanen. Here's Jovic. He's got 7. Pass to Sexton. Front pass the arc. Sacramento grabs the miss. Sabonis has got 5 rebounds tonight.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes. Dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Here's P. Rebounded by the Jazz.
Well, after 3 straight makes, that's their first miss of the half.
Sexton, the pass to Filipowski. George from down in the low post. It goes. George has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Easy to see the kind of impact George is going to have in this league. Already so productive.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. The NBA chose to extinguish G League Ignite. G League President Sharif Abdul-Rahim says with the changing environment across youth and collegiate basketball, now is the right time to take this step. But Kevin, in its short time, the Ignite produced double-digit draftees. So the experiment was a success.
A huge success, CA. Thank you.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He wants to talk to his guys. Ellis is checked in for Paul George. Then for the Jazz, Clarkson, he's checked in for Colin Sexton. And it's Collier in for Keontae George. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Pass to Jovic. Clarkson against Ellis. Ellis with some nice D.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Greg, give us one word to describe Domantas Sabonis on the offensive end.
Kevin, I guess I'd say dominant, but that only scratches the surface. The way Sabonis drops dimes, hits shots, and controls the glass, dominant just doesn't even really begin to say enough.
Pass to Markkanen. Here's the 3. He can't get that one to fall. Kings leading now by 11. He with the bucket. He's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Collier, that's good.
Well, that's what you're looking for. Shots from point-blank range.
Here's P. Offline with his 3. Jazz trail by 11. Here's Collier. Pass to Markkanen. There's the 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Collier's got 7.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Into the lane. He no good. The Jazz have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. And it's Collier missing. Sacramento's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's P. 32 points in the game. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. And some changes here for the Kings. Arabia's
going out there, no let up.
Kings leading now by 12. Gary Trent is out there with Kelly Oubre. Then it's Ellis. Then it's P. And it's Sabonis in at the 5 down low. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. Now here is Mullen. Tight defense on him. Outside Williams. Pass to Clarkson. 6 to shoot. From the arc. Oubre pulls it in. Oubre's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And here's Clarkson. He brings it up for the Utah Jazz. 15-point game. Ripped away. Here he goes. And it's in there. And that's now 37 points for P.
He's been in total control offensively, and the defense has had no answers.
And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. Sacramento making some changes. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Kelly Oubre. DeMar DeRozan comes in for Gary Trent. And Georgia subbed in for Ellis. And the Jazz with possession here. Trailing by 17. Here's Jovic. Here's Sexton. The baseline J off the mark.
Well, when they're playing off you, you have to make them pay. And he couldn't.
Pass to George. Here's P. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Jovic. Jovic has got his 5th rebound in this one. As a coach, what were some of your favorite parts, Stan, of life on the road?
Well, Kevin, we get treated really well on the road in the NBA. I mean, you travel on great charters. People take care of your bags. We stay in great hotels. But my favorite part of being on the road was when we were on our way home. Easier to win at home, family at home. That was the favorite part.
How about the bonding experience that a lot of coaches talk about when you're out there kind of alone against the forces, just you and your team?
Well, I definitely think players bond on trips like that because they're not going in different directions. They team to spend time together. I don't think any of them ever wanted to spend time with me.
Sexton deciding where to go with it. Clock at 6. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Kings.
And the big difference here was accuracy from 3-point range.
And once they started sinking shots, it really stretched out the D and created other opportunities. And anytime they got space, they seemed to just knock down another triple.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice, they're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for P.
Well, he was the reliable option for them on just about every possession. So dependable, always making the right decision.
Pass to Filipowski. Hands it from downtown.
Yeah, really nice to see Markkanen keeping his head up and finding the open teammate.
Outside, Green. Sabonis' screen on George. And he nails the three. Nice shot from beyond the arc there from P.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
Yep, the crowd gets to go home feeling good about the win tonight. Their team looked impressive.
Well, this one is winding down now. Sacramento can run out the clock. Chalk up 2 there. P's got 45 points.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
Jacks up a 3. No good. So it's the Kings winning this one easily. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. So, for Greg Anthony.
They really thought they had a chance tonight. Night, MP. Good job, MP. I see you.